Could Bitcoin be ready to come back up and retest that 12K area? Or are we getting ready to see a lower, maybe 10.5, 10K drop off relatively soon? Let's dive on into the charts here. Welcome back to the channel, everyone. This is Crypto Takeover, coming back with another Bitcoin analysis video for y'all this evening. We're going to dive on into the charts here, see what we can determine based on some of the discoveries as we go through the charts. So let's get the video started, and here we go. All right, so we're taking a look at our 15-minute time frame to start off with. We can currently see that the bulls are in control as of right now. We recently just had this nice little sell-off all the way down to almost 11.1. Right at about 11.1, and now we're seeing a nice little bounce here from then on out. So we were getting ready to short right at about this 11.2, 11.1 area, and then we know it just didn't seem like a good idea, so we went back the other way, and now we're currently just kind of anticipating possibly some more push to the upside here relatively soon. But we're gonna have to see if Bitcoin has the momentum behind it, if it can pull this off, and how much more bullish are we going to be from here on out. So definitely some retracement in order, obviously, whenever we're going through a nice little bull phase and bull rally for the most part, and we're gonna need to see some liquidity come back into the market by having some sell-off too as well. And now we're waiting to see how the charts look on the higher time frame. So let's go ahead and get started here, jumping on into our 20-minute time frame. 20-minute time frame, still, as you can see, nice pivot above our VWAP here, which is right at about 11.4. So we could have a retest back down at the VWAP to see if we're still going to be bullish or not. Our money flow was also kind of giving us a nice push up into the greenish area here on our 20-minute time frame, and even possibly going on into the 30-minute time frame. We can also see that maybe it looks like we're getting ready to push back into that green money flow here. We did have this nice trend line cross on our 30-minute time frame too as well, which was looking pretty nice. And we'll turn on our Aldo EMAs to see what our EMAs might be telling us here too as well. And we can kind of see that we're getting a little bit of bullish crosses. We had a bunch of bearish crosses back down here, and obviously that led to a nice little sell-off all the way down to that 11.1 area. So now we're starting to see some bullish crosses here. What I'd like to see is probably this 50 cross above the 100 EMA on the 30-minute time frame. And let's go on into our 45-minute time frame, see what's happening here. We did cross another bullish trend line here too as well. Possibly expecting maybe another push to the upside, but we are seeing some rejection at our purple resistance line above head on us. So what can we expect here? Maybe some sideways movement. Money flow obviously pushing back, maybe wanting to push back up into the green on our 45-minute time frame. And let's go on into our hourly. We are starting to see some red dots there on our 45-minute and possibly the hourly too as well. So definitely could see a little bit of potential sell-off here in the near-term future. So we're just gonna have to kind of play it by ear, see what we can grasp from here on out, and then go from there. So our 1 hour time frame, obviously our pink EMA is also kind of pushing back to the upside here. We probably want to see some bullish crosses here on our EMAs too as well. And if y'all are wondering what indicators I'm using the market Cipher indicator by CryptoFace alongside with the TI sequential by Tonebase and a little bit of the market guide buy and sell. So using a few paid for indicators. If you're interested in picking up those indicators, you can check the links in the description box below. But yeah, don't forget to like this video, comment down below, let me know what you think. If you're interested in me going over any other charts, feel free to comment down below. Let me know what you would like for me to review on this channel, but mostly we just stick to Bitcoin on this channel too as well, and see what the markets are giving us with Bitcoin. So looking at the 90-minute time frame, we are getting a blue triangle up here, possibly could continue a nice little bullish push to the upside here. We are seeing some resistance above head on the 90-minute time frame too as well. If we do end up crossing right at about the 11,700 area, we could probably anticipate a higher move above head for sure. So I'm looking for a 11.9 possibly, or 11.7, and then possibly a higher push up above there, and we could just draw a 1 point extension out from our 11.7 push, and we would probably end up coming back up to retest the 12K area. So if I can freaking pull this thing right this time, okay, we're probably expecting, yeah, definitely, going to see some resistance at 12K nonetheless, but it does look like we are gearing up to maybe push up a little bit higher. Our money flow is still not looking as good as we would like for it to, but this is more or less just probably consolidation out to the side, and then maybe we could see a nice little rally past 12K in the near term future. But I wouldn't hold your breath because Bitcoin likes to play a lot of games with us, and we have to take it pretty much day by day when it comes to these charts, and especially Bitcoin nonetheless. So on the 2 hour, seeing some nice resistance above head at that 11.7 area. So if anything, we'll probably come back up to retest 11.7. We're definitely seeing some nice blue momentum to the upside here on the 2 hour time frame as well. And then our EMAs are wanting to possibly cross back up bullish. We're just gonna have to wait to see. We did have some nice bullish rally, or some the EMAs were looking pretty bullish here, all pointing in the upside direction. Now more or less they're kind of trending sideways. We'll probably get a nice little relief rally here, and before we start to see some more sideways movement, I'm definitely anticipating us to probably still trend out sideways. I don't know how bullish it would be for us to get past the 12K area just as of right now, but we can definitely possibly get there before the end of the year for sure. I do want to let everyone know that we do have the Path to Cryptocurrency course available for beginners. If you are interested in joining this, feel free to check out the links in the description box. This is a beginner's course, everything from how to get started in crypto, how to dollar cost average, to how not to get scammed, and how to store your crypto. So if you're brand new to the crypto space, I would definitely recommend that you check out this Path to Cryptocurrency course. You'll get access to the private Discord server too as well, and you can come in there and ask any questions that you may have. So check that out if you're interested. And then also we have our trading private group as well, which is only for members of our Patreon. So if you would like to join our Patreon membership, feel free to check out the links in the description box below. You'll get access to the private Discord server alongside with about 25 different private videos inside of the Patreon page showing you how I set up my charts, what I look for in charts too as well. And then also I've also given a couple of different altcoins that we're currently getting into right now as well, and making sure that we dollar cost average into those altcoins. But we're definitely seeing some nice setups and getting ready for some possible bullish potential on some of these altcoins as well too. So if you're interested in that, join us in the Patreon page, link in the description box below. And then if you would just like access to my private videos, I upload all those to our membership page. So make sure that you join us in the membership page if you want those private videos available to you. It is a little bit cheaper than the Patreon page, so it is another option for you as well too. And we are on our way to 3,000 subs. We're doing a $100 giveaway at 3,000 subs. So make sure you hit that thumbs up button, hit the subscribe button, notification bell, and comment down below 3,000 subs. So that way I know you're paying attention, and we'll jump back into the charts here. But in order to qualify for the giveaway, you need to be signed up for the newsletter, and then we'll do the drawing live on the channel. So on the 2 hour, we're definitely looking for another push, possibly back up to 11.7 here. We are in a nice little bull count here on the top side. Our blue waves also moving to the top side too as well. Let's go on into our 4 hour time frame. We did have this nice green dot here, possibly anticipating another little rally. Money flow is looking kind of thin and bleak here too as well. We've kind of seen this rounded off blue momentum wave here to the downside. Hopefully we don't get rejected, but if we do get rejected, we're probably going to get rejected probably right at about 11.7, maybe where that trend line resistance was for us on the 2 hour. So we're definitely keeping an eye here. But as you can see, even on the 4 hour, we have major resistance at the 12K area. So this 12K area is going to be pretty hard for us to break through, but we did have this trend line break to the downside. It looks like we are currently getting a retest back up into the trend line. And so if we do get a push to the upside here, that's going to possibly send us back up into the symmetrical triangle here. And then from there, we'll have to come and anticipate the push to 12K, maybe even too as well. You can see here our EMAs are still pushing to the upside here. The 100 EMA was holding us as support. And so now we're starting to see possible death cross here with our 13 and our 50 EMA. And that could potentially lead to a little bit of sell-off. But for the most part, things are still looking to the upside here. We are getting support at that 100, so that's still looking okay. Our money flow is just not looking as healthy as we'd like for it to on the 6 hour, and as we start to move into some of these mid time frames at least. So looking at the 5 or the 6 hour here, we're also seeing a little bit of possible pushback to the upside, a highlighted green candle here too as well. So waiting for the confirmation to give us another push back to the upside, maybe a green dot here on the 6 hour too as well. So we'll probably consolidate out to the side for a little bit longer. I'm looking for one more higher push to the upside and then maybe a potential sell off after that. But definitely some ranging that's going on here. After this big Darth Maul wick that we've had back here, we've been kind of ranging in between these 2 points too. So I think that we'll probably range between these 2 points of where this Darth Maul wick happened for probably for the rest of the month, to be honest. I think that unless we get a push back up to 12K and it looks relatively bullish, then possibly, or if we get a push back down to 10.5K, that looks bearish. But like I said, we play it day by day, and we definitely keep an eye on things to make sure that we are making the most of ourselves and playing these markets to our best ability. Looking at the 8 hour here, we're also seeing a push underneath the 13 EMA, getting support on the 50. So our 50 EMA is sitting at about 11.2 right now. We could come back down and retest that area as well, but it looks like we are trying to maybe somewhat have another bullish push back to the upside here. VWAP's wanting to clip back to the upside here on the 8 hour. So possible push back to the upside is in the suit for us, maybe by the rest of this week for sure. Looking at the 12 hour here. 12 hour time frame, also VWAP's kind of clipping to the upside. Nice little doji candle that's being imprinted here on the 12 hour as well too, dipping a little bit below the 13 EMA, but we're gonna have to see if we can jump back up, maybe hold it as support for a little bit longer, and then I would probably anticipate maybe a further correction to the downside, or just sideways correction for most part. And then let's go on into our 21 hour, see what's happening here. 21 hour, we are getting these sell signals here. So I think we've had buy signals all the way up until our 4 hour, and market god is telling us sell on the 6 hour too as well. But yeah, I would definitely, if we start to see another little rally here, we'll probably get another buy signal. But right now it looks like we did get that sell back here. We had a little hump here and then continued to sell off downward. So possibly another sideways action here with our VWAP. It's probably going to take a little while for us to get back up to that 0 pivot point to maybe get us a green dot, but it is possibly in the works for us. So looking at the 1 day here, the 1 day is finding support on the 13 EMA, which is right at about 11,360. So that could be very nice support for us moving forward from here on out. We'll have to kind of gauge it and take it day by day pretty much. But, you know, our blue momentum wave had this nice run up, and then all of a sudden it's just been giving us a steady downwards momentum trend. But the fact that this is so sideways, I'd be relatively cautious for us to anticipate a big sell-off. But definitely, you know, I'm going to say probably by the end of the month, if we don't pass 12K, then we're probably looking at maybe a retest of 10.5K or possibly lower as well. Looking at the 2 day giving us a sell signal here on the 2 day, so that's something to take note of too as well. Obviously we could get another push back to the upside based on some of those mid time frames, but you know, this is still looking like we probably are expecting a little bit more of a potential sell-off based on this 2 day chart here with our C13 to the downside as well. The fact that it is still consolidated out to the side, that's just something that we need to keep an eye on too as well. Looking at the 3 day. 3 day also the sell or no, is that the 3 day? There we go, 3 day chart. Getting a red dot here. Money flow still looking sideways for the most part as of right now, but definitely considering that because we got that 2 day sell, we could possibly get something like that on the 3 day as well moving forward. If y'all are interested, we do have the public Discord server that is available, so make sure y'all join us in the public Discord server and come in there, chat it up with us, ask some questions, and get some information. We're happy to share, and we have a great community in there. When you do join, you'll be brought to a welcome page. Just make sure you click the green checkbox on that welcome page, and you'll have full access to the Discord server moving forward. And then also we have the Telegram channel that is available if you're interested in joining our Telegram announcements page. We post updates on when we release videos, and then also when you can get discounted prices for our trading group as well too. So make sure that you join us in the announcements page to stay up to date with all the things we have going on. And then we use the premium plan by TradingView. If you are interested in upgrading, check the links in the description box below. I tell my Patreon members how to get these packages for 50 to 60% off. So if you're interested in that, you can find that private video. And if you're having issues finding the private video, make sure to message me and I'll give you the link for it then as well too. But if you are using Market Cipher, I would at least recommend that you have the Pro or the Pro Plus plan to just allow a few more indicators on the screen, such as the whales buy and sell signals, which is a custom indicator. It uses custom parameters that I tell you how to set up inside of the Patreon page. And then also the all-do EMAs, which is an all-in-one EMA indicator. And basically you can toggle on and off certain key EMAs without having to have 5 different EMA indicator slots on the left-hand side of your screen. So we're seeing the 3-day red dot as of right now. As we start to move into the higher time frames, we are starting to get the red dots here too as well. Imperfect 9 to the downside, possibly 2 there. And yeah, we're definitely probably anticipating maybe some moves lower. Just because we're starting to get these red dots as of right now. And you can see last couple times we've gotten red dots. They've led to a little bit of sell-off. We did have a higher push here this time, and now we're having a red dot here as well too. But that's just something to take note of, that we could possibly see some more retracement, possibly back down to the lower 11, maybe 10.5 area to retest some trend line structure, or maybe even that 10.8, 10.7. That would be a nice little trend line retest for sure, before we decide to push any higher than that. Going on into the 5-day chart, we do have our buy signal here on the 5-day that's left us pretty well off for the most part to get us a nice push to the upside here. So keeping a broader perspective on things and always zooming out definitely still gives you an idea that we have broken through our trend line resistance, and now a healthy retest of this trend line right at about 10.7 is not out of the woodworks just yet. So be prepared for that if it is to occur. Things were still looking relatively bullish as of right now, but yeah, I think that, if anything, we could still see a little bit of retrace, and we have to be ready for that as, people that are studying the charts and also doing trades on the side too as well. Possibly a red dot here on the 6-day too, for the most part, and it could lead to that sell-off like we are expecting. So just keeping a close eye on things, looking at the weekly chart here. Weekly chart also giving us our VWAP to the downside too as well. After we cross through major resistance, obviously we're going to still see a lot of taking profit up there too as well. Looking at the 2-week as well, we had our buy on the 2-week over here with Market God. So still things are looking okay for us moving forward, but I'm still expecting some retracement probably close to the end of the month, maybe a retest back down to 10.7 for some before we pass through 12K. But if we do start to rally towards 12K, we're gonna have to look for some volume and some nice buying pressure to send us through that 12K area. But with that being said, everyone, I want to thank y'all for coming back to the video. Comment down below weekly chart, so I know you're paying attention, and when in doubt, zoom out. Don't forget to look at the broader picture, the bigger picture of things, and I'll see you on the next one. CTO signing out. Peace.